Hello friends, this is Rajat Dhar, Managing Partner at Finogent Advisory, and I hereby welcome you all to our new podcast episode for the day. So last time when we talked about recession, the theme we had specifically kept for this month, as we had been bombarded time and again right from Wall Street Journal to CNBC TV 18 to Money Control, that is the slowdown round the corner. And in the last podcast we addressed that well. Now in the line and the theme of the same recession, now we are actually addressing and analyzing the steps taken by the Indian government to handle the recessions. Now, over the past 1 week, we have got two recent developments that we have come across. First, the $7 billion exporters stimulus given to exporters, and second is the $100 billion, or you can say a 10,000 crore stress package being made and clubbed so as to revive the real estate sector. Now on the top of it, we can actually see, okay, this is a very good thing that the government has done, and they're coming with a slew of the measures like phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. But if we see on a bigger perspective, we can understand that these appear to be a firefighting measures. These seems to be a very much desperate attempt by the government to take certain actions just because the RBI has given them $24 billion and they are under the tremendous stress by the opposition to take care of the economies, and they are being lodged from all the ends by the opposition about the falling and the failing state of the Indian economy. No, for that matter, now if we look at these two developments, so broadly, I can say that first, yes, it is a desperate attempt by the government, but second point is the most important, which is there seem to be no coherence and no battle plan ready as far as the economic slowdown is concerned. They might be doing very good and very great at Article 370 and the Kashmir issue, for which they had a very well thought out battle plan and which we are very proud of. But as far as the economy is concerned, we are quite apprehensive whether they do really have that and whether they are able to gauge it. Why I am saying it is only because of the fact of these two announcements that they have made, and we will see while they are actually falling short of their from reaching their own objective. So going first on the deal, where we see that okay, $7 billion stimulus given to the exporters so that they are the speedy fund, you can say tax refunds having to them, and then they are using those for the export promotion, and the government is saying that okay, this will cost us around $500 billion, or $500 million, or you can say $7 billion, so on and so forth. But having said that, it will not make yes, it will give a breather to exporters, but it will not have the tangible and that bigger impact that will actually surge the exports. Because if we see the last 3 month data from, you can say, ending August, 2 out of 3 months our exports had fallen on year basis. So we are not really doing good. You might say that okay, there are A, B or C reasons, but that reasons can't be given as excuses because of the exports falling, because there is no concrete export policy of the government of India. There had been no sectors that have been identified or anything done by the government of India to address that concerns. Last time when the first phase of, you can say, an economy turnaround with the GST and all that had been done, or demonetization had been done, it was the exporters. These were the exporters which were brutally affected, and we had seen a slump in the exports. Now, while they had not even come out of it, now we are on the doorstep of the recessionary practices. So what I am saying is that the government does not have any plan as far as the exporters are concerned, or those industries are concerned, apart from IT, you can say. Apart from information technology, other sectors, we don't see any tangible government actionable on it. These are just doling out the funds just to make sure okay, they're just passing the buck, they are just passing the time on it. So now the irony is, with the drone attack on the Aramco oil fields, which has just led the oil prices roaring high, now the issue is, with the oil prices soaring high, this will actually negate all that benefit which will actually accrue to investors, and because also the Indian government deficit would increase because of the surge in the prices. So in a single day, you are seeing around 3.14% increase in the oil. Now when our 80% of the imports are from the oil segment itself, you can very well see what impact it is going on the balance of payments for India. So this is the one factor. So here we are seeing that 7 billion exporter stimulus is not that much a tangible benefit that will accrue to you, although it is much better than the second stimulus that we are going to take now, which is the real estate things. So now while we have seen that $7 billion export stimulus is not, it is okay in a certain parlance, but it will not provide any strength that will actually build up the capabilities of exporters. So here we have kept it apart. Now the second segment that comes about the $100 billion or a 10,000 crore stress fund being created for the real estate projects to be completed. Now the idea of government of India is, or you can say the finance ministry is, okay, we have created a stress fund, we have put 10,000 crore in it, now we will get some other entities like LIC Housing and NIIF, and then we will put another 10,000 crore fund into it, and then we will get those stalled projects completed. Now, these are those stalled projects which are neither classified as NPA nor under NCLT bankruptcy law, and have completed 60% of their construction and come under affordable schemes. Now, when you have these number of parameters there, the issue is many projects in Delhi NCR will not fall under this category and will be devoid of that benefit. Now the irony is that the total fund requirement in a real estate segment in India actually would require 90,000 crore as per prop equity analysis. Now when you're talking about 10,000 crore, that is just a peanuts that will hardly do any benefit. Now the issue is that here the government, while they are saying that we are trying to revive the real estate sector by pumping in 10,000 crore, but what they are doing, they are not reviving the real estate sector. They are just pumping in the money to address the supply. They are not addressing the demand. You are just getting the older projects completed. This might increase, or you can say provide a surge in terms of say cement, steel, labor and associated expenses, obviously, because then the money will circulate and the workers will be paid, so on and so forth. But it will not assist the real estate sector as such. Yes, the builders are there, builders will be impacted, their prices will be better, their profitability will be increased, but the sector itself will not improve because there is nothing done at the macro level to increase the demand. If I may cite you an example, Amravati, the new capital that was going to be formed, and the Amravati bonds had been issued by the government and funds had been raised from overseas also, and where we are hearing now the news that everything is being wound up, and now the government is saying that it might not be even economically feasible to have that city created. Now here there is a project, to set up the whole new city from the scratch. Imagine the type, amount of, you can say, employment it would have generated, amount of the demand it would have generated, so on and so forth. But I don't know where the policymakers have failed, whether their calculations were wrong, or the ambitions were too high, or they were unrealistic in their planning, or any such stuff. But the matter of fact is the project has been doomed. The project has failed, more or less. Many overseas investors have pulled out the plug. Even the Indian government is now saying, the state government is now saying the Amravati capital might not be a feasible case and we may not set it up. Now, while we are talking this, how the demand will increase? The real estate sector demand is not there. So while what government has done by announcing this, they are just trying to pass time, and this is a desperate attempt. What the government has been doing to work on the macro level to increase the demand. Insensitive remarks made by the finance minister, and without any rhyme and reasons, simply saying that okay, it is Ola and Uber that the demands are down, when it is the range of automobiles that has seen this slump, including the trucks and buses. The logistics sector is down. We are seeing the slump in another allied sectors that is happening. So there has to be a maturity that the government of India should have while dealing with economic turmoil, and they should come with a very detailed policy framework to work and get things done. Else nobody will make money. We are seeing around 50 to 60% of the BSE top 500 stocks or 100 stocks trading around 50% from their recent highs. So you can say the 52-week high and so on and so forth. So what would a normal investor do? You are not able to make money into the markets. The economy is not doing well. There is no sense of direction, or we cannot see okay where the economy is going. If the government of India is taking any prudent measures, are we able to see in a short term or a medium term where we are going. No, we are not going, because the vision has not been there. The government has not created a vision for that, for the economic development and the economic growth, or you can say leave aside the economic growth and the vision, but economic revival for that matter. We are not able to see where 6 months down the line we would be, and what measures this will bring to it. And under these circumstances, when the oil prices are going high and the dollar is quite high, I think IT sector would be the much prudent sector to get invested into, although these are not recommendations, it is just on a general notion that I am saying. And with the oil prices going up, airline stocks will be the one which will be the hit the most, while all the gains that the Indigo and all we have seen, Interglobe Aviation has seen over the recent past, might go down the drain. So it is just a matter of fact that I am saying to you, but the government of India has to come down and get the things right. Thank you so much for hearing me out. I will be shortly back again with a new podcast on a new topic and some details that we will be brainstorming. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.